Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel. Now you might have guessed by now I've got a bit of a thing about catamarans because I've featured a couple already. So I'm very excited to show you this one. This is the Prestige M48. Now this was actually premiered in Cannes in 2022, but it's a UK debut in 2023. So it's the first chance I've had to jump on board, and I'm going to give you a little tour. Why do I like cats? Well, just unrivaled accommodation in terms of the length, and I think this one's going to blow you away. So starting at the back, starting at the stern here, clever. This high-low platform that you can see here, if I step on board, you can see there's an extremely long sort of runner here. This whole platform will rise up and will actually become level with here, so it effectively becomes a balcony. You can then step out onto that balcony through the gap here, so these undo, that seat removes, and then you come right the way out. Not seen that on another boat. Very, very clever indeed. Now this is Prestige's first cat. They'll be familiar to you for their monohulls and sailboats. So they had a pretty much blank sheet of paper when it came to design on this boat, and they really did want to focus on accommodation, luxury, refinement in terms of cruising, and I think you'll see they were very successful in that objective. There's your high-low store platform adjustments and whatnot just behind that panel. I'll put that one back down there, tidy up as I go. Whoop. And we'll step on board. Now bear in mind that of course on a boat like this there are a number of owner decisions that can be made in terms of configuration, floorings, fabrics, all that kind of good stuff. So you've got to sort of bear in mind this is actually a sold boat, and this is exactly what the owner decided on. I think it works incredibly well. A lot of the boats, some of the boats will probably have teak flooring, some of them will have hard tops, some of them have you know, fridges in different places, different screens, all that kind of stuff. Depends what you want the boat to do, but this boat clearly works for the owner of it. Down here we've got a joystick control, so a second or third actually helm position, because we've got one up top as well and obviously one inside. But let's make our way forward because this is the first of the wow moments, I think. Nice wide walkways, and here you go. This is what catamarans are all about. This amazing chill out area at the front here. Now it's difficult really to get a sense of scale because that U shape will probably take 6 people. That sun pad there will probably take another 6 people. You could certainly have 10 or 12 people at the front here, all relaxing under this lovely kind of bimini top that's held up with the 4 carbon fibre poles. And what a spectacular and private place. If you're moored stern 2 in the Med and you're sat up here, nobody's going to see you. Absolutely lovely. 2 more things. I'm not going to go in there. I tried to go in there. It's a little bit compact. But down here we've got a heads. Why? Because over here we've got a crew cabin. Now a lot of these will be owner operated, but if you wanted to have a little bit of crew or a skipper, then there's a berth down there, and they've got their own private heads at the front here, so that would work quite well. Do you like it so far? Are you excited? I'm excited. Let's move back along here, just linger a little bit more in that that rear cockpit area, because again this is a great place to chill out and relax. You've got a massive dining table here, you've got seating for probably 8 in that U shape, a bit more seating over here for 2 or 3 people, and then another individual seat there. You've got some storage under here, you've got space for glasses and cups and all that kind of good stuff, and you've got this amazing view out over the boat show here down in Southampton. Okay, so we've got a set of steps up to the flybridge. Let's go and have a little look up there. So here we are moving up onto the flybridge area, and again this is where that advantage of all this beam really comes into play. It's an absolutely huge area. It's more like you'd expect on something like a 60-foot monohull. So let's see what we've got here. So first of all, moving forward, we've got our helm position, obviously. A couple of absolutely huge multi-function displays there. It's actually a really nice position in terms of visibility, being able to see down on the port side there. Screens are nice. I feel very comfortable, very confident. We've got our joystick controls, obviously. Got our throttle controls, all the bits and pieces. And then over here on the right hand side, you've got again seating for probably 3 people. And then you've got this enormous U-shape area with a fixed table that could seat probably 10. And all this fabric and everything. I know all this stuff is kind of, you know, configurable in terms of colours and probably materials, but this works really, really, really well. And then going right the way to the aft here, you've got this either sort of chaise where you can lie out flat, or you can lean and just take the world in. And it's a great view from up here, I can tell you. We've got our wet bar area here. So we've got a grill over on the right hand side here. We've got a little sink here, as one would expect. And then we've got a bit of glass storage down there. And a decent sized fridge down here, which is all connected and working. And what's rather nice is that you've got this sort of this safety bar here, so when you are actually working at the grill, yeah, you're not going to step back and disappear down the staircase, which sometimes on some boats you think, well, did they really design it correctly? And this sort of theme of the freestanding furniture continues. So all of these items here are effectively freestanding. They're not moulded in. Yes, they're secured, so they don't roll around or anything, but you could change this configuration up here, change the seating, do what you like. As I said, you can have teak, most or a lot of owners do or will. It's a new boat, so but this particular one's gone for having this sort of matting, which actually works really, really nicely. And then just taking that view out the front there. What I like is that you've got so many sort of different zones on this boat. So you could have half a dozen people up here, half a dozen people down there. You've got space in the saloon, and none of it feels crowded. Okay, so let's go inside and see what we've got there. So back down into the cockpit and let's go inside. Right, so there's a lot to take in here, including the music, but we'll try and talk above that. So we've got a big U-shaped dining area again here, massive glazing, and this lovely sort of hidden LED lighting in the ceiling area. So our galley is here to the starboard side. Great big domestic size fridge and good size freezer up there as well. I feel like crawling inside there at the minute because it's so hot here. And then all this eye level storage, all on sort of damped struts. And then we've got our twin sink. No, single sink. And they've got a little Nespresso machine in there. That's rather nice. So again, that's probably an example of how configurations can vary based on the owner. We've got a 2-burner ceramic hob, and we've got, I would imagine that is one of those clever sort of microwave come combi heater type cooker things. You can tell I'm not a cook. A bit more storage down there. All good. So a very large and airy saloon. Over here, of course, we've got a helm, and a nice day I'd probably be helming from upstairs. But there it is. Let's just see what the view is like. Oh, I can see all our imaginary friends out the front there having their drinks. Couple of big multi-function displays. Got our cameras on the back there. Got our joystick controls over here, and we've got a nice helm seat with obviously the bolster that can raise up. Okay, so we've got a number of choices now. Just want to reference that because we've actually got a staircase that will take us out onto the side, which is nice, and a big opening door rather than having to go all the way around the back. But let's go down to the first staircase here. So this is what I would describe probably as the VIP, because this is configured to be a double, a good sized double. So I would say larger than the standard bed. Very nice use of materials. Colour palette's lovely, all the discrete sort of LED lighting behind the panel. Bit of storage over there, great big illuminated hanging locker there. And then into our heads. And we've got our loo there, we've got our sink and our stone work surfaces. And then around here we've got our shower cubicle with, if I can open it, oh I push it, there you go, with our glass panel. A little bit of ventilation there, that's a nice touch actually. And then up here we've also got some natural light, got the blind over at the minute for a bit of privacy. So that's our VIP. Feels very quiet, feels very serene, well away from the rest of the boat. And with a private staircase, you're not going to be disturbed down here. Okay, so back up into the saloon and let's go down the aft staircase. I'm kind of saving the best to last. I'll show you the mast to last. Now this one has been set up as a twin. But you can see there immediately there's a rail in between, so these beds can be pulled together. Good sized cabin though, and again all the nice LED lights, hanging locker, lots of glazing, and our ensuite just across the corridor, because this one effectively acts then as our day head. So very similar kind of size. Toilet, sink and shower just around the corner, so that can be used without disturbing anybody. And then at night of course it becomes effectively an ensuite for that twin. Okay, the best, arguably the best till last, the master. And this really is where the benefits of a catamaran really come to play, because this is full beam. So let me stand right over in the corner and try and give you a sense of scale, because this is an enormous space. As I said, this feels more like a 60-foot boat. Arguably this bit here feels even bigger than 60 feet. You've got a big sofa over there, good amounts of natural light coming in. You've got lots and lots of storage running down the side here, as well as a kind of a desk makeup area. And if I turn around now to my left, I've actually got a separate loo with sink. So always a nice touch to a separate loo and a separate shower. Where's the shower? Walk this way, as they say. So over on the port side here is our shower, again with its sink, and again with this use of stone. Big rainfall shower up there. Lots and lots of storage around the place, and this lovely kind of, really like this high gloss finish. Very, very attractive. So what do we reckon? The first effort from Prestige to make a cat, I think they've nailed it. More space in there. I think they've absolutely nailed it. Now the other thing that's kind of worth knowing and worth thinking about with buying a boat like this is it's not about blasting across the bay and burning thousands of litres of fuel. This is a boat that's kind of more aimed at kind of more leisurely cruising, if you like. So this has got a couple of D4 320 horsepower Volvo engines. They're on V drives, so clever with packaging. Gives cruising speed around 19 knots. Cruising speed about 15 knots. Top speed about 19 knots. And with twin 1200 litre tanks, That'll give you a range of about, well, it depends on speed, between 300 and 400 miles. So there you go. Can you see why I like cats? Hopefully that's given you a little bit of a flavour. I could linger for longer and tell you more, but hopefully you get the idea. I'm going to put some links down below so you can have a little bit more look on the websites and all that kind of stuff, find out some more information about the boat. Prices, well, it depends a lot on spec. About 1.2 million euros as a standard boat, but hey, it really depends on what you want to do to it. So listen, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, liking, sharing and all that good stuff. But most importantly, keep coming back for more, because that's why we do it. So from all of us here at the Marine Channel, thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.